Appreciate you coming on, and tell the doctor I'll be booking my appointment for probably the 30th of September.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he has openings on the 30th. I think it has to be before that, a couple days before that.
Oh, he's gonna have an opening staring him right in the face. So
Why do you know I cancel my insurance? Oh my God! That's not what you said.
Yes, that was
I'll work on that third finger there, Crank.
Yep, there we go.
You're gonna need the whole fist for that fucking guy.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just an automatic Monday.
If you want to become a member, check out our website at deathcursesociety.com. Check out the membership section. You can do it for as little as the price of a cup of coffee once a month. First off, want to thank our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, BD, and Tyrone, our Crazy Ralphs. Wait, that's a new name.
Shit.
That is a new name.
Dr. Smiley. Thanks to Dr. Smiley for joining the Crazy Ralphs.
My butthole just got a little bit tighter seeing that.
Oh, wait. It'll
that
loosen
thought.
up. It'll loosen up when we get to Albuquerque in
Hold
September.
that thought. I don't know, Colonel. I'm just telling you, there seems to be a theme of a little bit of an infatuation with you, sir, from Dr. Smiley. I don't know what it's about. We're going to see, but I don't know, man. You might want to watch out for that cornhole, buddy.
Yeah, and bring some
Well,
lube.
dude, I heard it's like the dude G spot, so it may be worth it.
Anyway, thanks to Dr. Smiley, Rick, and Raymond, our Crazy Ralphs, and of course our camp counselors, 42nd Street Pete, Corey, Luke, Michigan Dave, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen Stock, another new name from last week. Thank you, Kristen, and JJ. Thank you, guys. We have a special announcement that we are going to be coming up right here in just a couple of minutes from Morgan Crypt Horror Fest. Jeff and Beth were busy tonight.
They did it.
They got a couple of guests lined up, but they're busy tonight. But we have our buddy Craig Hogan ready to help us drop the news on you guys. What's up, Craig?
I don't know this guy. Who is this guy?
I don't know. I think he's the cousin of Dr. Smiley.
Ziggy.
I know. See, now that would have been the opportune time to drop the laugh right there. You know what I mean? Put a chill down everyone's spine. But yes, there he is. Dr. Smiley in the house, folks. Yes.
Yep. Dr. Smiley right there. Man, Craig, thanks for joining us. It's okay, Doc. I'm sticking with Doc because Craig is just
You're
too
good,
weird.
man. You're good.
I don't know you. I know Doc.
Yeah.
Dude, we've known each other for fucking how long, gentlemen? 6 years, almost 7. And we've never used real fucking names. So
We very seldom do. I blanked on his name in front of Colonel's mom. I was just like, and your son, Colonel?
Colonel.
The general?
Yeah.
Michael?
Hey, asshole.
But yeah, you guys, Friday night, you guys had a big event over in Albuquerque. Tell us a little bit about the event.
So there's a local group that does karaoke in town. They're called Emo Night.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a live band, but you are the singer. So it is karaoke, but with a live band.
That's the shit.
That's cool as shit.
Yep.
And every time we have them out, it fills up the house, standing room only. I think the first time we hit fire marshal capacity, like in an hour.
Nice.
But it was a huge event, and we had some special news for the Morgan Crypt fans out there.
Well,
yes, we do. In fact, let's just go ahead and we got a little video clip to show you. This is the same videos that you guys used to announce the guest at this event, right?
Yeah, it
for
is.
Emo Night. So,
are you ready?
let's see what we got here. And hopefully this works. Yep.
Do you ever fantasize about being killed?
I'm fantasizing right now.
Oh, look at the shot you give us too.
About all the different ways of dying? You know, violently, I wonder, like, what would be the most horrible way to die?
Pick up your jaw,
I just
Ziggy.
Now,
want to look good for
wait,
the boys.
was this at a family restaurant?
I did remember to invite
It was at a
cute
bar.
boys to the
There-
party. I hope.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the dancing wasn't in
You always forget about Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, what?
it, right?
Very stupid.
Call back to Static X right there.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, right? And call back to last year.
That's right, folks. The one and only Linnea Quigley will be joining Morgue and Crypt Horror Fest at September 27th and 29th at the, you say the name of the place. I can't.
Isleta Resort and Casino.
Isleta Resort and Casino.
Isleta. Isleta.
Isleta.
Isleta.
All right. Now that I know.
We're not
I'll
Italian here, buddy. Come on now.
Hey, Isleta. That's how I'm going to remember it.
It's all right, eh?
That's the way that works. Yes. So
That's right. Linnea Quigley, we are super excited to have her. She's so iconic. She's been in so many good movies. She's been in Demon Night. She's been in Silent Night, Deadly Night, Pumpkinhead, little tiny role in Nightmare 4. She was a face on Freddy's chest.
right.
And you
I think
saw her
everybody
chat.
knows her as the one and only Trash from Return of the Living Dead. So we are super excited to have her join the Morgan Crypt family, and can't wait to have her out here.
Well, hell
You know,
yeah.
this
That's a big one, man.
This is one that, for whatever reason, we never seem to run into her. She's always like going
Never.
somewhere else, or we go somewhere else, or she cancels, or something
Right.
always happens. So this is tremendous, awesome news, man. Fuck
Yeah, I got a picture of her ass on my wall already with a picture I got at another con. So ready to have her sign her own ass.
There you go.
Bill says, "Who the fuck is the second guest?"
All right,
You need to be
Bill.
patient, Bill.
Well, damn.
Bill.
Well, the patience is a virtue, man. Come on.
All right. Well, let's see who the second guest is, because this one's a pretty damn good,
Well, there's
kicking off the announcements too. Boom.
oh shit.
Run, rabbit, run.
Oh yeah.
Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit. Run. Run, rabbit.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
I'm super happy Frank's not talking shit. Man. Oh,
Barbara.
Oh,
Lives. Trick or treat, baby.
oh yeah.
fucking classic.
I love him.
I can't hear you. I can't fucking hear you, you fucking peasants! You gotta start a fire! I'll tell you why, you
I
fucking
love this movie.
And that's right. Bill Mosley coming
Bill
to
freaking
Morgan
Mosley.
Crypt.
Let me just tell you.
The 29th.
Bill Mosley is DCS from way back, and this is. I just talked about family and being comfortable. Jesus Christ, this is as fucking family as it gets for us, man. It's gonna be great hooking up with Bill again. Can't wait.
Joy says, yes, super stoked for this guy. There we go. Excellent.
Dude, I mean,
I'm
He's
excited,
like one
man.
of the better horror celebrities I've ever fucking met, man. Bill's such a cool fucking guy.
He's just too cool.
Yeah, it blew my mind to realize that he was Johnny in Night of the Living Dead remake, right? Just because he doesn't look like him, right? We're used to like Chop Top, we're used to Otis and stuff like that. This grizzly, bearded guys just doing wild stuff, and all he did, he's just, we're coming to get you. Like it's so weird, but seeing him in that role, and Luigi and Repo, and he's just played so many roles that are iconic. Everybody likes to sing about Zydrate coming in a little glass vial, and it's going to be so great to have him there. He's such an icon of horror, and that's really what Morgan Crypt's all about. We want to bring in those big names, those ones that you're going to know and recognize. So,
right.
Hopefully the local horror scene and the Morgan Crypt family, really love what we're bringing out this year.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you got a couple of fans on here. Aaron says he is fun. Julie says that's awesome. Yay. And Alex even mentions I met Bill at Connecticut Horror Fest last year. Yeah, he's a great guest to meet. We got to interview him a couple years ago, do a panel with him right after a screening. Yeah, right after a screening of Texas 2, which was fantabulous.
The entire fucking theater stayed. It was like 2 hours of just a Q&A of just people coming up, and he stayed, and then he signed for another hour and a half.
Yep,
it was amazing.
Yeah,
well, Craig, thank you for joining us and dropping some info and special announcements for Morgan Crypt. We're hoping to do this a little a couple times more before we get going.
Let's
got several months
Jeff
before
and
the
Beth
con.
can make it next time, and they can drop the next couple of names on you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
You're always welcome too, brother. Always welcome.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate it,
always,
guys.
man.
Thanks.
Appreciate you coming on, and tell the doctor I'll be booking my appointment for probably the 30th of September.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he has openings on the 30th. I think it has to be before that, a couple days before that.
Oh, he's gonna have an opening staring him right in the face. So.
Let him know I canceled my insurance. Oh my God! That's what you said.
Yes. That was
I'll work on that third finger there, Crank.
Yep, there we go.
You're gonna need the whole fist for that fucking guy.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
There we go. Yeah, you bury your head in shame, Ziggy. You enjoyed it.
What? Wait a minute. What are you guys talking about now?
You didn't see the smile on his face?
Colonel, you've got to get your checkup too. You're getting up there in
I'm
age.
paying for my insurance. I can't afford it.
Nah, well, I'm sure we'll be able to work something out. But
Dr. Smiley has a plan for everybody.
I want to cancel that shit and get it.
But Craig, man, thank you for joining us. We will
man.
see you in September, and can't wait to see you then.
2 home
Thanks,
runs.
guys. You have a good one.
2 home runs,
man.
Yeah, and excellent guest choices. Tell Jeff and Beth we said hello.
Great start.
Woo! Well, gang, our real topic tonight is we're going to be chatting with writer, director, star Peter Anthony for the upcoming film Laugh, which is right now funding on Indiegogo. Let's get him in here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Peter Anthony. What is up, sir?
Look,
Look at him.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good, man.
Flank him with the graphics. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
And definitely digging the shirt before we get too far. I give you a shout out on that one, man. That's a fucking sweet part. Yeah, man.
Don't make him stand up.
I know.
Oh, that's right. You just said Serge. I'm sorry, but
Brand new Gutter Garbs. You had to get this on pre-order. Part 7, bro. My favorite Part 7 one ever of all
dude,
time.
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. I fucking love it. Usually the 7s are kind of like okay for me, but this one I like a lot.
Well, you've already dropped the teaser for this, but tell us a little bit about the story for Laugh.
Yeah. All right. So what questions do you have from the teaser? Why don't we go with that, and then I could fill it in? Does that work a little bit, and then I'll go from there?
Okay, Colonel, you had a question from the teaser. Why don't you go ahead and just get this interview started off on the right foot?
Colonel's looking very handsome.
Bad start. Oh, thank you. That's the heads up though. This is not a serious question. It's a fucking joke.
Okay.
I know you could take this one, so nothing bad. But what inspired you to make a horror movie villain a juggalo?
A juggalo. Oh, ICP.
Yeah.
Actually, that was I'm looking at it right here. That was a design I saw online from like 20 years ago from some art guy, like doing faces of skeleton faces. That's like a variation of that. That's what it is.
All joking aside, though, that is a pretty badass fucking design. I'm not gonna lie. It was fucking sweet.
And
but I'm sorry.
There's actually 2 different designs. If you look at it, there's this design with the green eyes with him normal. And then the Reaper, by the way, that's what he's called. The Reaper is pinhole eyes. And all the makeup is UV glowing, which is what you see at the end. They're actually 2 different, they're the same person, but they're 2 different people, different makeup designs. And once he turns into the Reaper, he's the Reaper the rest of the movie.
See, I'm going to watch it again. I noticed the difference in the eyes. I just didn't really. I was more focused on that than the paint. I'm going to watch that again. And
Yeah, it's very, dude. It's fucking rewarding when you sit here and you're like, I'm gonna have this design, these colors, and this is gonna bounce, and the clown's gonna do this color and this color. We're gonna do, and then you get there and it fucking works because that's what I wanted. I wanted that visualness. I think if anything, if anybody can pull away from it, I think visually it looks great, right?
Oh yeah.
So that was the whole thing. That's we're going with that John Wick 4. We changed lenses, we went different cameras, that really in depth color in all different angles. We in like Rosebud, we would spend an hour lighting one scene. In that bathroom scene, we spent 4 hours to light one angle and then change it again. So we're trying to get like so much better with all that.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Ziggy? What do you got about the teaser? I guess
I believe my comments were like, first, what the fuck? Was the first thing I thought, and then I started thinking about it. I came up with a few different things. I'm not sure what this is going to be, but it just looks like just a dirty, gritty, grubby, just violent time, So I mean, I know what you told me, privately and stuff about what kind of inspired this, but that's the stuff I want to hear you talk about here tonight, and
yeah, we can get it. Remember, what you saw was like the 5 days I wanted to shoot to represent the trailer well, the teaser trailer. So I purposely shot those scenes because I knew they were the most visual scenes I can get away without dialogue. You get it? As much dialogue. I mean, those scenes are actually in the movie, but I wanted those scenes specifically to work out so that people could see what we can do and then like raise money and go from there. But yeah, we can, after his question, we can talk more about the story. But the story it's really, 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 really deep story, and it's about like the human condition and good and evil. There's way more than that. Like that just seems like it's, like you said, grimy and gritty, and it's just visualizations. Some of that is there, some of it isn't there. Like there's a lot to it.
Okay.
I think one of the things I said, it was like if Fincher and Flanagan,
Fincher.
Oh yeah, I love this. I got to drive him nuts every time. But if they got in a room, ate a half ounce of mushrooms and smoked down on some chronic and then drank a fifth of, Don 151.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff they'd be coming up with together. So that's, as a compliment, I think that's, this is something there's been movies like this, but not this way. And just the way you shot this, there was elements of all kinds of things coming at me. So I don't know what it is yet. And that's cool.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, as he kind of mentioned, different directors kind of jumbled up into this teaser even. And yeah, like at least the influences of those. One of the things that I was kind of curious about was who are some of the directors that do influence you in this style of movie?
Great question.
Because I could see a Fincher, David, like some David Fincher, the gritty Seven style of the underground club scene. But even in that club scene as well, I could see a tinge of David Lynch.
Yes, David Lynch. There's some my brain is gone from the pain pills. What's his name from The Shining?
Kubrick. Yeah.
Kubrick is
definitely sprinkled in. Definitely.
Massively in there. People would be like, why is this light here? Why is that there? Why is that? I'm like, because of this, and because the next scene, and because of that. It's almost one of those things you don't realize. When you go back and watch The Shining, there's no cords. There's no light switches. Nothing's plugged in, yet everything is on. You never see a cord. I fucking love shit like that. I love little things like that. And then as far as the story, I'm a huge M. Night Shyamalan fan. So if you remember, like there's kind of twists in Rosebud and stuff, there is massive twists in this. And I'll give you a twist, kind of like the Usual Suspect. There you go. Like the Usual Suspects, when you thought the whole movie was going one way, but that whole movie was a lie because it was being told by a guy who was lying to you. Mm-hmm. So everything you thought you saw, you didn't see. So there's aspects of that in this. And I love M. Night Shyamalan in the way that he just twists things and make you. I love replayability of movies and being able to go back. Like the biggest compliment for me was Rosebud. People were like, I watched it 5 times. I caught 2 more things. Like I love shit like that because that's not easy, to pull off while telling a story at the same time. So I think that like the John Wick color The M. Night Shyamalan, like that, the storytelling. And then people always say it's kind of like a Terrifier. It's not. It's completely different than Terrifier. There's not anywhere near as many kills as you think. Each person that's killed has a reason and a story. Each person is completely different to his life, and they're all like webbed and come together, almost like an anthology where at the end everything kind of comes together. So there's a lot more. I mean, there's a huge crying scene with me and Terry Kiser in there that I could talk about if you want. There's a lot going on in there.
Nice.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I could definitely see a little Kubrick in there as well. So
definitely.
Yeah. And then we got so much. Crank, I was talking to you. You guys, we did a thing forever ago, and Crank goes, okay, you guys did, and he's being creatively, positively constructive with his criticism. He's like, you've done this, you've done that. Go make your own all original movie. And I threw it back to him like, you're right. That's what we did. And like me and Cody, it's like, man, we went to like the nth degree. Every time we were done with something, I would say, how can we make that better? So like every scene, how are we leaving every scene? Or does it just cut off on Johnny? No. The camera spins and the camera spins to the front door. The front door opens, the light rolls through. The next scene is a fridge opening with light. That's not a real one, but you get it? Each scene that we do, transition visually and movement-wise into what's happening next. When there's something scary going on, we're using different lenses with different flare, and the camera's going to be tilted a little. And every time something good happens, we're going with this. And over every single thing is thought out all the way through and through. And even when I think it's good, I was like, tear it apart. How can we make it better? Like, I'll give you an example. Sorry, I'm all excited. When Terry, I wanted to shoot the heroin, and I'm like, I want to get really close to his vein, and I wanted to go all the way up right into his eyeball. He's like, it's impossible focus-wise unless you get a probe lens. I'm like, what's a probe lens? And there was that really long lens. It's in the behind the scenes. And he goes, that you could pull right to there and get his eyeball and get the gleam. I was like, that's exactly what we did. And there's another part, I'll give it away. The clown shows Terry what's going on, rips his head open like this, and that train comes flying up on the tracks with a TV. It's an old 1970 TV. It'll green screen and spark on. And that camera, I go, we need to go right through the back. I was telling Brooks, we need his head open in the back. We need his guts hanging out in his teeth. And we need to go all the way through his mouth with his teeth. We need to go right into Terry's face and come back out. And they're like, how the fuck are we going to do that? I'm like, Cody told me about a probe lens. So we can do it with a fucking probe lens. And none of us have ever done it before. So that's what I'm saying. People like Brooks has the hard job, because it's easy to come up with something like a kid like that. And then he fucking did it. And that scene is so fucking beautiful. And one more thing on that. So we're going through with the probe lens, and it's going to Terry, and Terry comes up. There's smoke. Dude, there's a picture I'll send you guys on the DL. There's like 10 people. One is blowing smoke. One's operating the TV. One's operating the train tracks. One's operating his eyes. One's operating the tongue. One's operating the whole camera moving. And it went really, really good. And then I'm like, you know what? There's something missing here. So it's in the behind the scenes. I lean over. I go, hey, Terry, we're going to do it one more time, except this time cry. And he just goes like this. And here comes the camera thing. And bang, he cries a tear right down his eyes right when it gets like, dude, within 10 seconds in one take. Fucking amazing. So one more thing. So I have to cry with Terry, right? I'm not a crying guy, bro, right? So I said, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do 4 takes of me pretending to cry. And then I'm going to give you 1 take of me crying. So we have to get it. I'm not a trained actor. I can't cry and stop crying 10 times in a row. That's like exhausting. You know what I'm saying? So we did it all. I made this video of Bryson and me and Bryson, and I watched it for 5 minutes in there. And I held it. I was about crying. I go, let's go. And then we did it, and I fucking let it out. And Terry's so great because in the 3 other scenes where I was fake crying, which looks horrible now that you look back versus real crying, he was like taking over the scene and being louder and more movement and stuff. And when I cried, he just laid back and let it go. Like he was carrying me the first time, and the last time he knew it was there, so he just let it go. He's so good like that. It's hard to explain his talent.
He's a pro.
I'll say about Terry, I got to see Mutilator 2.
Yep.
Oh, how was it?
Dude, he steals the fucking thing.
He told me he did.
He did.
Yeah.
He's good. He's really good in it, man.
I said, Terry, how did Mutilator do? He goes, Peter, just going to be honest with you. We did the scene, and everybody stood up and gave me a standing ovation. He goes, I don't want to take anything away from anybody, but I'm pretty sure I stole the scene. So I was like, okay.
I loved it, man.
I assume you've done that impression of him in front of him.
No, I have not.
You absolutely should, and I want to be there to record it when it happens.
Nope, you have now, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just
He's the man, dude. He shows up on set. You know, he wants some extra little things here and there to calm himself down that I purposely get and give him in his room. And he shows up on set, and he is just like so excited and everything. And he'll never say anything, but I'll just say, "Hey, what do you think of that?" And he taught me that move. It's hard to explain with the cameras, but so if the camera's there, and where are we? And I'm looking here, so I'm looking at this person's wide eye, and this is my face. You see like that. He's like, "Peter, you don't shine." He said, "However, if you look at their wide eye with your inside eye, see how your whole face is now shown?"
Right.
He goes, "Make that your line of sight, and your face shows and your emotions show." Yep. I was like, wow, what a simple little thing. You know,
nice.
That's so good. Yeah.
Well, you're kind of already talking about it, but Maurice wants to know, what was it like working with Terry again?
Amazing. I don't know if I put those pictures up where I went to his hotel to give him something, and then he's like, "Oh, let's run some lines." And it's freezing outside of like a Hilton hotel, and he's in his robe and like shoes, and we just started running lines. And he would just like add something different every time, and I wasn't ready for it. I was like, I'm not even ready. I'm running around doing crazy, and he just wanted to see where I was, and then he had a couple questions and where he wanted to go and stuff like that. And then he did it. I mean, man, there's one scene where he goes crazy because he's a drug addict, and he did a couple takes, and he's like, "Let's do one more." And he did one where he was like on the floor, like struggling, crying, looking for his drugs, and it was pretty awesome, dude, to see him like that. Dude, his wardrobe. I'm like, "Hey, wear whatever you think you would wear." I'm gonna tell an 85-year-old guy what he's gonna wear at being a drug addict. You know, like I said, why don't you wear what you want to wear? So we go to this house, this location that we rented, and he's like, "Peter, why don't you go upstairs?" Come upstairs. He's unshaven. His hair is a mess. He's in like a wife beater. He's in his fucking underwear with his fucking balls and hammer fucking hanging out basically to one fucking side, purple underwear, and in a robe. And he's like, "What do you think of this?" I'm like, man. He actually gave a fuck and put all this time into what he thinks his character would look like. So we did that. Now here's the thing: Calypso, I'll give away a big thing, is makes mockery of people. So wherever he is, he becomes the person he's making fun of. So in one scene, he's a woman in a dress. If you look at that scene in the bathroom, he's in Terry's military outfit. And if you look at that scene there, he now had to be in purple underwear with a robe and a shirt. So we sent somebody to Walmart to get all that shit, and now they're together. So every time he comes on scene, he's mocking somebody with the wearing, the dress, he had the fingernails, the contacts, the wig, everything. So I think that's another aspect of it that's pretty cool.
All right.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Colonel, jump in.
I want to say, speaking of working with Terry again, and you mentioned Brooks, I noticed a lot of familiar faces from Roseblood. I assume this was on purpose, which, again, you're familiar with everybody. You know their work ethic. Are we going to see any new faces, maybe?
Oh, for sure. So this is just the 5 days. So it's people that we had. I mean, there's a main antagonist I haven't landed yet. There's probably another 7 actors that are not announced yet. We're working on one really, really, really peaty actor to try to be at the end at the Oscars with some other really, really big name stars, because the movie ends at the Oscars. And there's a horror awards going on and all kinds. I'm an actor in the movie. So there's tons and tons of more big roles. There's going to be like one huge actor that rivals me in the movie, and there'll be other large. I say probably 3 big names and 1 super big name.
Okay. Very cool.
100%. Yeah. And Brooks is, just like you said, familiar, and then he's on set doing the effects, and he took it to a whole new level with the effect. And then I also, every movie I give another shot to somebody that I like. So I give a shot to Thomas Smith at Twisted Effects from, you know him from the Valentine's Bus movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So he did Chris Inlow, that prisoner in Russia with the burned face.
Yeah.
Nice.
That scene. That's 1950 Siberia, Russia. That's what that scene is.
Every effects group you've hired for your projects have been pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I take care of, like, he's like, I just don't want to stay on the floor. And if I ride with someone, can I ride? I'm like, you're not riding with anyone. I'm like, you have an SUV for you and your entire team. I'm like, you have a fucking Airbnb. You have food you picked up, you brought back every day, and here's your payment for what you're doing, and here's all your extras, and I'll give you money for extra stuff in case something goes wrong. They're like, what? You know what I'm saying? But I'm a motherfucker on set. Like, you better be ready.
Hey,
yeah.
You only get one chance to shoot your Sergeant Pepper. You know what I mean? This is it. So.
It's just you got so many checklists. You're like, you can't babysit. It's like, are you gonna fucking be ready or not? You know.
Where will this movie fall? What category, as far as genre, man?
I think it's a psychological thriller.
Yeah,
honestly, it does teeter on horror for sure, just because of the visual aspects of it. I'll give you another hint. There's no weapons involved. Everything is just physical, which I love that aspect of it. Everything is just hand to hand. So there's really no weapons anywhere in the film. Everything is a reflection of your own soul. So what are your eyes are reflections of the soul? They're mirrors to your soul. Multiple shots you'll see in the teaser, if you go back and look, are mirror shots. So me and Terry off the mirror, Terry and the clown off the mirror, the probe lens off his eye. Everything in the movie, it's like the montage of it, of everything has to revolve around man and his own soul. So in all those scenes, these are the colors of the bad guys, these are the colors of the good guy, this is the movement of the good guy, this is the constant battle of good and bad, the yin and the yang, which all of us have. That's the whole story. Is as much as we're all good, we've all done bad. As much as we've all done bad, we've done good. And trying to choose what those moments are with your moral compass is everything.
Joey says, what's up, guys? Peter, big shout out to you. One of the best experiences I had in my career was being in your movie.
Joey in the trailer is the gentleman cowering down in the bathroom before when I break the guy's face on there.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Joey's an up-and-coming actor locally to me, and he really helped out. He got me a ton of extra people and extras for the club scene, and he's a good dude.
That the guy that looks like a meatloaf after getting...
No, that's Jeff. That's Jeff. He's the other guy in the corner. Really quickly, he's like, no, in the corner if you go back and watch.
Definitely, yeah.
Jeff is wearing oh my God. What's the fucking movie where the guy goes around killing everyone in New York with the
American Psycho?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, my brain's gone. He's wearing it's a Halloween costume contest at a party, at a club. So that's why he's wearing that. So you get away with it. That's why Jason's there. Everything makes sense because it's Halloween. Yeah.
Well, and then Riley from over there at Slash and Cast, he says you won't want to miss out on the Indiegogo, and he's right. So
they got perks.
Riley was great on set too. He did focus pulling, he did camera work, he did a million things like everyone else does. We had a good time on set.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Your whole crew wears a dozen hats. It seems.
You know what's crazy is when you see other people from other crews, like Tom from the other movie Valentine's Bluffs, and other people are like, dude, your crew is insane. I'm like, thank you. Like, it's hard to take compliments when it's them. We got two cameras going on at once and two guys in video land just sitting there with ears just pulling focus on every camera, on every movement. And they're talking to each other, and they're talking to the boom guy, they're talking to the light guy, and everything is constantly being adjusted as it goes on. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. I can't do it. I can just tell you what I see, and then they they just make it happen.
I got you. Well, where did this? Let's start at kind of the beginning then. Where did this idea come from for you? Was this that's because I'll be honest, this looks like a fairly personal story for you.
Very, very personal. So, great question. I don't know. We did Roseblood, and everyone's doing their own thing, and then we kind of challenged ourselves to do our own projects. So, I mean, Cody already did tons of stuff, but Cody's doing 259. I'm going to do Laugh, and Jason's now doing The Death of Snow White.
That was insane.
I've had so much, not to complain, but so much loss and all this like negativity in my life in the last 5 years, and I've never really let it out, So it kind of eats at me and stuff like that. And I was like, well, how can I like tell my story visually and personally, and get it all out? And then that's where I came up with Laugh. So there's a lot of similarities to the character and me. Like, so everyone always says there's Pete, and then there's the Mad Cuban, right? When you grew up with me, and they're like, they're these two different fucking people. And you guys probably have a hint of that, right? So you don't know the bad, trust me, but you have a hint of that where like, if you're tight with me, I'll die for you. But if you fucking just say something stupid to me and I don't like you, I'll fucking kill you. you know. So there's that. And this is kind of Peter Collymore versus the Reaper, and he in the movie he loses his son. So there's tons of his wife's a drug addict. There's tons of things. He has a bad knee from a war hero thing. There's tons of things that like I can like let out and tell the story, and it's not fake because I'm telling it from how I really visualized it, and it's from this macho bravado alpha character who's really losing it, and he's trying not to lose it. And this Calypso, this demon clown, is trying to basically push him into the way of evil, and he's trying to hold on as much as he can to not turn that way. And that's the whole movie comes to a culmination at the end of that. So that's really what it is. I was like, well, I could write a fake story, or I could tell something that's really, really hits home, you know. And I feel like me hitting home, especially me acting like I am, it's just so much easier. And I think it portrays well on camera.
Okay, all right, Ziggy.
So the pieces you shot, these will actually appear in the movie. And then you'll shoot what you need to once you get the rest of this going.
Yeah, there's like 19, 20 to 20 days of shooting. We shot 5.
Right.
So it was 14 more. Then I have to go to Boise, Idaho, I'm sorry, to shoot like the Afghanistan scene in a hotel scene, like 3 more days. Hospital scene, sorry. Because I have Boise, Idaho in a certain spot looks like Afghanistan. So when that clown goes like this and rips his head open, that TV comes up, it turns to Afghanistan, and Terry looks in, and you zoom in to Afghanistan.
All right, cool.
Yeah, dude, that scene with the TV coming out, the train and everything was fucking sweet. I'm not going to. I'm looking forward to that, man. I was like, that's some shit I'd never seen before. So
and then when we leave that scene, it's a bullet, and we come back the other way.
Sure.
Back into reality. So I'm like, how do we go in, Cody? We got to come out away. We can't we got to bookend that. You know what I'm saying? So, and we constantly push each other like with that shit.
Dare I say maybe a detection of Pink Floyd within this?
What do you mean?
Like The Wall, like that type of storytelling that's just really kind of outside the box.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yeah, like the detective in there, Tommy Lee, he plays a big role in there too. And we have similarities to our characters and losses that we've had. And he also, I'll give it away, he used to be a priest, but he's not a priest anymore. And there's a reason for that. And there's so much going. That's why we see each other in the church and we look at each other. There's a lot going on with the story. When that story hits at the end, you literally have 10 stories coming together. And you're going to be like, oh, okay, and you're going to understand everyone's point of view where you might have been foggy on it. You know, that's the goal of it.
It's intriguing, man. This is, you know, like I said, I can't find a folder for this one yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Well, what I like, Peter, is as you're explaining this, the fucking scope of the film altogether has me really excited, man. Like Siberia, Afghanistan, all these different stories. It's going to be a fun watch. I like movies like that where you have to kind of piece it together as you're watching, or at least try, like you said.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little insight here. Another first insight from my friends at Death Curse. So when I'm sitting there, so the Calypso is a demonic clown that basically takes possession of people, and he can only possess one person at a time. Okay. So he possesses that person for his own right and for murder and for killing. He tries to find someone he thinks will be in a situation of anarchy and evil and killing, even though they're good. He can use them for that. It's like he eats souls that way, basically. And that's what the guy says in the beginning, the Baba Yaga. This is off like Slavic and Russian history. These are real people. They're called, oh man, what is it called? Thorts I forgot what it's called, but they're the little demons. So I'm like, how do you tell? So Cody Newton's really great at this. He's like, you never want to tell anything, but you want to show
it
everything. That sounds easy, right? But like how do I show? So the first scene, how do I show that this thing is been around forever? How do I show the scope of the world that he's been in? How do I show like how much evil he can achieve? And how do I show how long he's been doing it and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll be in Siberia in 1950 in Russia inside of a man who was part of a small village. And you don't have to say shit. You already know from the beginning of that scene this dude's been, you got a whole kind of breath of him in one stroke of how long he's been around without telling you anything. This has been going on for a while. Look at the suffering of this. That's the two women. That's his wife and his daughter, and the suffering. And it's been in Russia. And during the dialogue, they talk about how long he's been around since World War I. And you get all that achieved with building the character instead of just saying it. You know, so that was like the big, and then I got to do that again the next scene. Okay, what's the scene doing? I need to achieve 3 things in this scene, and you just keep like pushing it like that.
Well, and I mean, I'm not comparing it or anything, but a lot of people, complain about the beginning of The Exorcist because they're like, why are we following this old man in the desert and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't seem to have that much to do with the story. Well, yeah, it actually really fucking does.
Yeah.
If you would pay attention.
Yeah.
And
now, in the beginning also, if you look at that Russian scene, what is he yelling at? Do you remember what he's looking at?
Not right now, I don't.
A mirror.
Nah,
remember I was telling you about the mirror and the soul and ways into a soul and stuff like that. And he's holding the mirror and they're saying, say it. And he's got his daughter with a gun pinned down to her fucking head. So that's kind of that. All that will come forward later on. There's a scene with me and Terry. I don't know how Cody shot it. He shot it so like it's on an angle, so you see me outside and you see him inside. But when he comes forward, it looks like we're in the same room. And then when he opens the door, we enter in the same room. There's constant thought of that, like all the time.
Nice. Let me hit this comment or question real quick. And you may not be able to answer this yet because you've only shot for 5 days, but Alex wants to know which scene took the most time.
The club scene.
The club scene?
Yeah, by far. Because so many people and so many things happen in there. That play happens in the club scene with Jason Brooks and Amy Cody, which I thought they looked fucking awesome in that too. And that's Steve Barton, the executive producer for Terrifier, delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Father Evil, who was marrying them.
It's funny. We've been seeing that guy around for years, like in horror house and everything.
He's awesome. Yeah,
so seeing him in a movie, I was like, yeah, man, it's fucking great.
It's funny how you have to talk these people into it. He's Cuban like me. I've known him forever because he always goes to Monster Mania and shit. And I'm like, hey, bro, there's this scene where someone has to marry a devil and a bride. I'm like, who the fuck is better than you? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you fucking mean you don't know? I'm like, it's going to be fucking awesome, bro. So then we did it and I showed it to him. He's like, oh, this is fucking great. And I'm like, yeah, man, this ain't no backstory shit.
He's so freaky, man, with his contacts like that and everything. But
yeah. And Brooks looks so great because he's like 6'5". There, Steve.
There's Steve right there.
Steve.
Yeah. Steve was great. I'm like, Steve, you got to deliver this fucking dead demonic baby with blood and shit, everything like that. Yeah, fuck it, I'm in. So, yeah. At first, he didn't want to do it. He's like, I'm not an actor. I'm like, you just fucking hold the baby, God damn it.
All you got to do.
Like I said, I'll stand by my initial statement. What the fuck? That, you know, I mean, that was the first thing.
Him and his wife are great. I've known them before I was making movies. We used to go to Monster Mania and drink all the time over there. I didn't even know that he owned Dread Central, anything like that. He was just a friend at Monster Mania. It was crazy how that worked out. Nice. He's a great guy.
Steve, by the way, congratulations on the 4 Rondo nominations for Dread Central also. So I saw that news today. Congrats.
Yeah.
I want to know, you mentioned a little bit, but can you give us any more insight into the characters of Peter Collymore and Terry Kiser's character?
Bartholomew Collymore?
Yes.
Yeah. So all of the main 8 characters are from The Last Supper. So all of the names are names of those people. So Q's character is Judas. And there's a big religious tie into this with a cross, and that's a whole nother angle. That's a whole nother thing that I thought through. So I wanted all the characters to be like disciples of Jesus. So, and some are good and some betray, so on and so forth. And Peter, right? Okay. So Peter Collymore is just an Afghanistan war veteran. Depending on some people, he's a coward. And depending on other people, he's a hero. You don't know. And he has some kind of demons, and it makes him he can't laugh anymore. So now he's an actor, and there's tons of scenes where he does in charity with children. And he does scenes, and he just cannot laugh. He can smile, but he just cannot laugh because of this PTSD, which you don't know what it is. And the clown kind of tried to show Terry some of it, but you don't really see it all to the end. His father is a heroin addict who was a real war hero in Vietnam. But what Peter doesn't know is his father is being possessed by that same spirit, by that same demon. But Peter doesn't know that. So now you get the hint that that's how he survived the war. and so on and so forth. And because of his, his PTSD from the demon, he turned to heroin and became a bad father. And me and his relationship is horrible, and I'm looking to him in my time of need, and he's always just looking to the drugs, and it's because the clown is using him, and the clown is using him to try to get to me now.
So I'm going to throw back a little bit to Crank's question, and it's a little personal. I wanted to ask it then, but unfortunately got away from me. Was this a very therapeutic process for you, just writing this script?
What a fucking great question. Probably the best question ever. 1000%. So I cried a lot during it, with the whole thing, and a lot of that whole loss with me, with my friends and Bryson and so on and so forth. It kind of like needed to come out, and it did. It did through the writing, because like as men, we die early because we just eat a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So especially me, I'm that old school, I think I'm some tough alpha guy, and it's just like complaining to me is just like a waste of time to a degree, because it's like, well, let's just fix the problem, but the more you eat shit like that, the more it eats you up inside, and you don't realize you lose some of yourself. And you don't become as funny or as happy or whatever, and until you let it out. That's why fucking women live forever, because they fucking let it out all the time. So I think for me, I needed to do that for so many different reasons. I needed to like show the world the weak side of me too, like this is, which I've done a little bit over the past few years. This is what I've gone through. This is what it's done to me. And then for me too, that like I can almost always go back to this movie, and it's like my therapist for everything I went through in one movie. So, and I think it tells a lot. Plus I've got like a weird, crazy mind like that. So the visuals kind of represent what I went through, but 1000% therapeutic. And it put me in like bad moods at time too, because people would question the script, and I'm like, what the fuck you're talking about, and then I would calm down and kind of get their point. And then I either have to explain it better, or I would change it a little bit, because just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean the eyes watching it understand.
Alex wants to know, how many times did you rewrite the script?
I'm not even done with it. I've rewrote all I've written is the first 5 days.
I'm more curious. Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have 75. The whole script is in notes.
Okay.
I probably have 35 notes, 35 pages of notes and dialogue and certain sayings and everything. I just haven't put it there yet, which I'm going to, because I just wanted so many things to fall into place, and then I'm going to do it. So starting next week, I could write it in 3 days.
Okay.
Peter, X-Day on the no script day. This is investors day. Shh. You don't want to know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think he's in all right shape with that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you don't have at least a first draft yet, but
yeah, dude, that's the way I am, bro. Like Rosebud too, same thing. Just write it in 3 days. The problem is, I'm not joking. It's all right there. You could ask me one question: what's the scene going to look like? He's going to say this, boom, boom, boom. It's weird. I had so much problems in the knee and all kinds of fucking shit. So I want to get into a place where I'm on the up. And then I want to write, because I think I'll be able to listen to criticism better. Because like I said, when I send it to everybody, I challenge them, like, don't come back with what's good. Come back with what you think is wrong. And then sometimes they have a question that they think is wrong, but I do have the answer. And then they're like, okay, well, that doesn't show as well. Let's find out a way to show that. Stuff like that. That's the hard part, is swallowing your pride with something you love so much and listening to people that really just want to make it better. I think that's why we're a good team like that.
Okay. Well, my side of that question was going to be, how long has this story been with you? How long have you wanted to write this?
Subconsciously, probably 5 years, but thinking about it, probably a year and a half, 2 years, where I could put it together.
We go down that road a lot. Like, that the artist gets his first record. He's got his whole life to write that first record, So, this being your first one, I was curious what he said too. I want to ask you, were you raised in a religious background? Because I'm fascinated by the names, the Catholic names of the of your characters.
Well,
I was to a degree, but as everyone gets older, they kind of pull away from all that. But I mean, my mom is Catholic; she's from Cuba. My dad's from Italy; he's super Catholic. We used to go to church. I'm baptized, catechism, all that, all the way through. It's just as we all got older, I think the world, or America at least, kind of got less religious. But I was raised with that. I mean, and let's be honest, whether you're religious or not, it's the greatest story ever told. You know what I'm saying?
And
the greatest story ever.
That's what I mean. So that I was just curious, because I'm going to be paying attention to that to see how you work this into your story. That's what I'm curious about.
It's worked in there. It's
Okay.
you could watch it one time and say, I'm going to watch Religious. You could watch it the next time. I'm going to watch Twists. You could watch it another time. You could talk about like the Descent into Madness. You could watch it another time just for visual. That's kind of like all these layers that I'm trying to weave. I'm talking a big game. Well, I'm talking a big game, but let's see, right?
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah.
Now, Clifton says you have a great cast and crew for this film, so let us know a little bit about them. Who else do you have? You mentioned Jason on special effects and Cody is DP.
Yeah,
Who else you got?
Clifton Taylor drove out from Pennsylvania, I think, and he helped out on set. He's an actor now too. He's in the film. I don't think he has any lines, but he's actually acting now in several fan films and other films. Tom Smith from Twisted Effects did that. Jason Brooks and Naomi Meacham Miller did effects. You got Ryan Race, you got Cody Newton, you got Riley Lorden, you have Sean Lutz producing. So many people. Oh, Evie and Don. Evie did the makeup for my face.
Mm-hmm.
She's a makeup artist, and her and Don helped out with producing and location scouting and so on and so forth. There's going to be more. Like for the next scene, I'm going to have an AD1 and AD2, a prop master, all this stuff that we didn't have for the 5 days. So for the next shot, there will literally be like 7 roles that we've never had filled in any of our films, because I really, really need to focus on just the directing and just my acting for those scenes. And we learned a lot, we learned like I was so anal. I labeled every single prop, everything. Everybody had a book with tabs where you go, where everything goes. Here's the problem. You get the set and 50, 100 things come out of the box bins. And then when you go back, people throw them in different bins.
Yep.
So there's times where we had to go buy stuff or look for stuff. Meanwhile, it's sitting in a bin right there. We just don't know. So now, hey, prop master, come here for a second. Let me talk to you, buddy. Yeah, here's the money I'm going to give you, and nothing's going to be fucking out of any box ever. And if it is, I'm going to punch you in your fucking head. You understand? Okay, great. And then wipe that problem out.
I absolutely know what you're talking about, because when we get together to do our Curse Your Luck, the game show somewhere, there's many a times that things do not get put back in the place that they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and they're labeled. I don't just mean the bin is labeled. By the way, the bins are see-through. On the side of a bin is what's inside the bin. On the top is what's inside the bin. The bin's labeled on all 4 sides. And then when you open the bin, there's another manifest. And then each item has a bag that is labeled inside of that.
You know, it's funny, Peter. Back in Atlanta, I was like, we should probably invest in a labeler.
Yeah. I can't live without a labeler.
Well, after I went home with FaZe's camera, he went home with mine. So yeah. That's what happened.
Like there was items, a big thing, a big cross that's supposed to be in there. It was sitting in a box right there. Oh, we can't find it. We don't know where the fuck it is. And we haven't slept. There was a scene where we did the club for like, I don't know what that was, 15 hours, went home, went to 3 a.m. to the strip club, which is the bathroom scene, did that till 8 a.m, went back to the church at 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. So there was a 36-hour window where we almost worked 36 hours.
Right. Hey, the indie film world, baby, get used to it.
It's almost like it's after the fact. You go like, fuck, we went 36 fucking hours, man. But at the time, you're just grinding through it.
Bro, and the screws popped out and were stuck in the middle of my knee.
Oh.
And my knee was dislocated, and I'm hobbling everywhere trying to do everything for 5 fucking days. But I puked a couple times in the bathroom no one knows about. Like, I tried to dislocate it back in. I mean, it was fucking crazy.
Well, you sent us a little video.
Yeah.
Little behind the scenes stuff. I wanted to hold on to this and keep some of these people watching for a little while before we drop the behind the scenes stuff. But, now tell us what's going on here, because it's just Terry Kiser. It looks like just being goofy.
So Terry Kiser, we're at the club, which is in Wallingford, Connecticut, and my buddy owns a club there, and we're doing takes. Actually, me and Q, Jaquint Broden, are standing up, and he actually is in the Ghostface.
Detroit
Scream outfit, yeah, Detroit baby. And we're having a scene right there, and Joe Caban, who's also a producer on the movie, really good guy. He was Julian, got his face ripped off in Roseblood.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A great guy, photographer behind the scenes. He does production. The guy is just unbelievable. I grew up with him as playing football as a friend. And he asked if his cousins could come on set and do some slating and shit like that. We're like a big family, you know. So I'm like, fuck yeah, of course, yeah. So the kid was doing the slating, and then at one point, here comes Terry Kiser from like out of nowhere at a table. He was with Steve and Joe, who is Father Evil, and he just came over and he grabbed the slate. I won't say what it is because we didn't know what the hell he was doing. And he grabbed the slate and he went up to the camera and he does what he does. And it was just fucking. It was a great like little break of comedy that we needed.
Right. Well, let's check it out and see what happens here.
Security!
And that's Cody in the background yelling for security, right?
He's right behind the camera, yeah, because we didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And it's, you know, we're getting tired and there's so many takes and that guy's got energy like the Energizer Bunny. But yeah, play it again if you could.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just love seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Security!
To think that one day I'm going to be making a movie and Terry Kiser's going to grab the fucking slate and do that. It's just insane.
Right.
Yeah.
He's hysterical, man. Yeah. Like Ziggy mentioned earlier, we watched the Mutilator 2 recently, and that was.
How do you see that? Is that on?
It's not out yet.
Yeah, we had we had the director on, and they got us a copy to watch. But funny thing that connects to Roseblood, the premiere. We were sitting there talking to Terry, and he's like, "Yeah, I just signed on to take on an 80s slasher, man. One of the, you know." And then the guy's like, "Whoa!
Yep.
You can't say that yet. It's not official, you know." And he
Yeah.
stopped, and we almost had it there.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like Brooks and Cody, you know, them would kill me for how much information I told you right now. I don't care. Like for me, it's like, oh, we're gonna hold. Fuck that. What are we, Star Wars? Let people be intrigued. Let them know different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right.
You know, but Mutilator 2, I won't say anything, but I'm gonna get a fucking copy tonight because
you got to find it, man. It's
yeah.
I can't believe it's not getting distribution. It's solid.
It's worth seeing.
It's worth seeing.
It's absolutely worth seeing.
If you like the Mutilator 1, it's definitely worth seeing.
I was going to say this real quick because I haven't had a chance to talk to these guys. So I'm sorry I'm jumping in on this conversation.
Yeah.
Zag, tell me why I clicked on the link at 9:03 p.m. on the last day and it said it was no longer available.
Right, I don't know it. Probably from the time he sent it, I'm thinking.
Or too many views. He put a view limit on it.
I just know you told me I had until March 1st, like last day of February. Literally, Zag Crank's post. I'm watching this now. I said, oh shit. 3 minutes after seeing that post, I clicked the link and it's no longer available. So I didn't get to see it.
Nah.
Bullshit.
Not that I shared the link or anything, but yeah, I don't know, dude.
The only thing that I think could help the movie more, nothing against. From the poster I saw, it's just underneath the dock with a little hook or whatever. I wish there was a little bit more to that. You know what I'm saying?
There's a reason they did it like that. It plays right into the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
There's more for sure.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at this poster, there's going to be like 3 more posters, but that's at the Oscars. See those people?
Mm-hmm.
That's at the stage of the Oscars.
Right.
Sweet fucking poster, dude.
I mean,
that's great artwork.
Tell us a little bit about some of the perks that people can get with the Indiegogo campaign.
I was going to say, we better get onto the Indiegogo before he gives away the whole fucking movie. He's writing it here as we go. You know what I mean?
We have so much more coming. We have more perks. We have more like being in with a star in there. There's a lot more coming. But, you know, just the regular Blu-ray poster, have your name in the film, have your picture in the film, just a whole bunch of stuff like that. You know, this is my last Indiegogo. So I've like tried to shame certain people, and I've sent out. I'm like, hey, bro, you know, I supported 5 of your films, and I've posted all your trailers on all my sites for years. Never asked for anything. Maybe you can get a Blu-ray, or maybe you can share it. Some of these motherfuckers, they don't, and I'm just like, what? Are you fucking kidding me for how much I've done for you? You know, but back to the Indiegogo. It's gonna be awesome. It's the last time we're ever doing an Indiegogo.
You don't have to shame us because we were the first ones to get anything. So
yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Whoever's not buying shit from him, go fuck yourself. Because
come on, dig deep.
And Peter, I'm telling you what, man, that knee heals. Me and you go, James and Silent Bob. I'll travel the country with you, and we'll beat the shit out of these people at their house.
Talking shit, not buying.
let's fuck it. I still got something in there. I got a little something in there still.
I'll hold it back for you.
See that? We'll have a whole new reason for this. Right? Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons going on with Indiegogo. Like anybody who's ever gotten parts or things with us, when you're on set, it's like we kind of go more above and beyond. Like it says you're just paid to be an extra, but a lot of times you'll have a line or the camera will be focused on you for a lot. We really kind of give back to everyone. And we let you hang out on set. We feed you, like everything's great like that. And just the little things, just a poster, or I mean, if everyone just got a Blu-ray, that'll just be amazing. And then you saw our behind the scenes with Rosebud. We don't fuck around. That's like its own movie in itself, like how much time and energy we put into the behind the scenes and the gags and the reels and the interviews and stuff like that. So it's like I'm just almost pleading with the community. It's like, listen, man, I've done so much, I think, for the community and giving away $1,000 giveaways and prizes and giving away this and doing tournaments and doing all that. If you could just help me out, because this is my dream. I've quit work. I've quit everything, and everything I took out of my 401k, and everything's just going to this dream. I don't think we'll let you down. So hopefully you can support.
Absolutely. And the link is in the comments again there, folks. So go head on over and check that out. How's the campaign been going so far?
Pretty good. I haven't even pushed the crap out of it yet, which is coming now because I haven't been healed, but I don't know where we're at. 8 grand, 10 grand. But there's big names that are going to be announced, and there's so many more things that I'm adding. And I haven't shared it yet, like through Google Ads. I haven't even done anything crazy yet because I'm just pacing it out. Gotcha.
And only looking for about 25 grand total. It looks like you're about 26% of the way there right now.
Yeah, really we want 50 or 100, but you'll see there's going to be stretch goals.
I saw that you had some stretch goals in mind, but
yeah, there's some stretch goals, and there's a lot more coming, and there's interviews and all kinds of stuff like that. I have to really get. I just couldn't do it with being hurt and everything. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
but it looks good. Jason Brooks did a lot of the artwork for that.
Yes. There
so
we go.
Right.
That is the Reaper. So what happens is all that makeup comes off, and all that makeup is UV glow in the dark makeup. So including the contacts with the pin eyes. I got that from the movie Belly, if you guys are rap fans.
Yeah.
When they come out like that. So that's what it looks like non-UV'd when I've become the Reaper. I mean, look at that picture. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So you're all like, there's 3 different incantations of the clown.
No, the clown is his own deal.
He's his own person. Yeah. Okay.
His own person. And I'm my own person. It's just I'm an actor. It just happens. So how do you get away with having makeup and stuff? Well, you put it around Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I show up as an actor to a Halloween party with this makeup on.
Yep. They're like, hey, Peter's here. Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of like how we get through that. And in the war, there's this awesome Reaper symbol that's being made by Q, Jaquint Broad, and that's going to be on T-shirts. We have tons of stuff coming out with that. It's going to be on logos. It's going to be on all kinds of stuff. That Reaper logo is on the back of me in Afghanistan, and they talk about man, fucking the Reaper, man, he gets pissed. His fucking eyes get pink. Oh, he's fucking nuts, man. It's kind of like that backstory to him.
It's pretty intense right there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another image.
Here's Collymore. That's before the Reaper. See how the eyes are green?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
So that's me at 224 pounds and shaven.
And that's crazy, man.
So this is Calypso, which is played brilliantly by Jon A Ravenholt. We haven't even talked about that. That's him in Terry's outfit.
Yes, the army outfit.
Yeah, sometimes his hair is pulled back, sometimes it's down. So if you notice, he has a gunshot wound to his head.
Yeah,
that's badass too, man.
That's the kind of clown that's like, fuck.
Yeah,
that's scary.
If you want, nice. I'll try to grab one. Let's see if I can grab one of these from the dailies from Joe.
BK says, I'm not going to be happy unless I have a whiskey and a beer with this dude. Fuck yeah, Peter.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, Peter's down for a whiskey.
You gotta follow us up to
Motor City Nightmare.
Some premiere.
Yeah, and bring BK with us to one of these fucking conventions when we go to the East Coast.
Bill,
this is a fun. Oh, go ahead.
All right, Bill wants to know, do you have a mask for the clown?
We're working on that.
Yep. Bill and his wife, they make wreaths out of using different masks and stuff like that from the horror community. They have Bell's Fancy Creations, so I have a feeling he may want to make a wreath featuring it. I don't know if you can see it up there, but that's part of one.
He did one for the Hell House LLC.
Bill, hit me up at Peter at thepeteranthony.com. Well, we're looking for people, so that'll work.
Yeah. All right. Here's another pick. Oh, there we go.
That's me in my NWO outfit. And that's Christopher Inlow, the burn victim. So I actually bought real 1960s Russian handcuffs, and we did that table and put him through. Well, the fucking thing is, we put him on him. It didn't fucking work. We couldn't get him off. So we had to thank next door is a police station. We had to have a cop come and give us a master key to fucking be able to take him off.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That makeup.
Holy shit, you bought.
It does look good.
Yeah. I'll try to get you one more.
Who did the makeup on that one?
Gonna say it.
That's Tom Smith from
Tom Smith?
Valentine Bluffs. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Valentine Bluff, and then let's see how much blood are we looking at in this film, Peter?
Not like a
Not
ton, not a
ton,
ton.
but enough.
Enough. Beautifully done. So this is people are gonna kill me for this one, but this this is Terry Kiser in his underwear, and this is Jason Brooks masterfully working the clown head with the eyes, with the tongue, with the teeth, while it's on a dolly, while it's on a camera, with the probe lens going through it, as it's going into Terry, and we're just practicing the run and showing Terry. I'm sitting there where Terry's in his underwear. This is we're doing a whole thing on the behind the scenes of how this one kill is made, because it's like Michael Jackson Thriller. It's fucking amazing.
Nice. There we go.
Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. So that see the sticks coming out of his eyes move. That's nothing. That's just practice. See the hose near Jason's leg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's smoke. So smoke will be coming out. Someone's operating the train. Someone's operating the TV. Someone's operating his eyes. Someone's operating the camera probe lens. See that big lens coming through?
Mm-hmm.
So we're showing Terry where it's going to end up, how it's going to move. How you see how he's in his underwear? And that's me.
I think I see the hammer too.
Yeah, and that's me with the binder, just showing him and him getting a look at it, and we're looking at through the lens where it's going to land on his head and where the eyes come in and all that shit like that. I mean, it's just a great scene.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And he was blown away. You know, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And we're like, "Yeah, this is what's going on." You know, because you tell somebody, "Oh, clown's going to open his mouth and TV's going to come out," and he doesn't understand. Yeah.
Wow. Well, cool, man. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for sharing. For sure.
Yeah, no problem.
That's fucking awesome.
Behind the scenes.
One more question that we had here for you on here. Tarek wants to know, Peter, did you also do the final editing for the film, or did you collaborate on that part? I guess for the teaser.
The teaser, me and Cody Newton busted our ass on it. But no, I haven't. I don't know who's going to edit it yet. I mean, I might take a crack at it and then give it to someone at the end to finite it, because it's just I'm such a stickler for little things. That edit. So like doing that was a 2-minute video. We'll do it all right, and then I'll go and add sounds. I'll add 160 sounds that aren't in the movie, but they're there, but the camera doesn't pick it up. And then I'll do it again. I'll add 200. Then I'll add 80. Then I'll add 40. Then I'll add 30. Then I'll add 15. Then I'll add 10. And then finally get it to where I want, like that door creaking when it goes, my footsteps. None of that is picked up, but it has to be added. And then the visual effects of the clown's eyes, bringing them red, like so many things just take so long. And I can't do it as fast as other people can do it.
Right. A lot of people I don't think they seem to appreciate how many layers go into creating an actual film when it comes to the sound and the sound effects and the music and the lighting and the filters. And
yeah, I'm blown away by not all, but some people. I feel like, at least in the indie community, people just like pass sound up like it's nothing. And I'm like, why don't you? So a guy got in a fight at a table and everything fell off and whatever. And I'm like, why didn't you add those sounds in? And he's like, well, the camera's there, the boom was there, the sound wasn't there. I go, I don't give a fuck. The guy just knocked the table over. 2 plates fell and broke, and 2 forks bounced. How much did they bounce? Did they bounce once? Did they bounce twice? Did it go further away? What percentage farther did it go away? You have to add those fucking sounds in, or your brain doesn't connect with the scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get in these like fights with people. I'm like, not my people, but other people. I'm like, what the fuck? The guy swung a baseball bat and missed to hit a tree. Where's the sound? You know, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, there are some movies that get out there that don't have the attention to detail, paid to them as they should. And I'll be honest, that's one of the main things that takes me. That's one of the quickest ways to take me out of a movie.
Yes,
like maybe not exactly what you're describing, but something like that.
Yeah, your mind like subconsciously picks it up that it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, it's that old saying. Riley Lord gave me a great saying from his teacher in school. He's like, E.T. was shot in 480 with TV, but you don't give a shit because the sound was perfect. You never cared that it looked like that on the shitty TV we saw. But once the sound is off, it like pulls you out, just like when someone's lips are off with their sound. It totally takes you out of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say though, if you were forced to hand it off after doing an edit to give it to someone, Cody is your guy, dude. He took care of you already.
Cody's
you don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it?
No. He's so busy making so much money doing.
Oh
TV.
yeah, God,
he's busy right now. Yeah,
and C, dealing with me, bro, is not fun at all.
He's done dealing with you though. Is that what you're saying?
We did it for the trailer though. I talked him into it for the trailer, and we worked a lot better on this one because he understands where I'm coming from. We communicate differently, but he totally gets me now. So like and he's so genius. Like he'll say this scene doesn't work. It has to be backwards. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? I'm like, there's no fucking way. And then he just goes, watch this. He's so quick. He goes, and he plays it. I'm like, man, it's better than the way I had it.
Yep.
You know,
but shit.
I love the pictures he shows where he's just like, yeah, just working on another cut of the editing, you know, and it's like layer upon layer upon layer, and I'm like, God damn,
he can move so fast through the thing. It's amazing.
That was the whole thing at the Roseblood thing. Was he said, now we got to make one we can sell and get fucking paid, you know?
Right.
And so I would think he would be all over it, you know.
That's the thing with the team now. So now we're doing the death of Snow White.
Yeah.
59. We're doing Laugh. We now have like a curriculum, a fucking book of catalog of what we're doing for movies, and that helps us with the distribution too.
Yeah.
So that's we're really pushing it that way and trying to go all out because people like it better when you have multiple movies.
Oh yeah. Well, Steve said it's Peter's passion that made me want to be a part of Laugh. He's one of a kind and has energy to spare. Well, there you go.
I agree. When we got there to cover Roseblood at that premiere, you could just see it was an absolute family. I mean, there was a lot of family involved too, like of the crew and everything, but you could just see it. And during the viewing, it just went around the room, you know, as everybody had their part on the screen and everything. And it just felt great, man. It felt like a family thing. And I get this when they're saying this. So seeing you and especially watching you and watching your dad watch you have your moment. That was the coolest thing of the whole thing.
That was cool.
Yeah. It's great. It's awesome. I kind of have that. I always want things to be like family because that's the way I was raised. I'm so lucky that I have such great parents, you know? So I always want like that atmosphere to be like, that's why I people get like, why do you cut people out so much? Why do you block people? Why do you get pissed at people? Like, if you're not on the fucking team, if you're not on board, get the fuck out of here. I don't have time for you. It's just such a waste of time. Not even in a negative way. If you're not like this passionate, that's fine. Here's your money for what you did. Go do something else. But we're trying to do this thing this way. If you're not on board, I don't have time for you.
Right.
September 9th to the 20th, we shoot the rest of Laugh. The 21st and 22nd is Connecticut Horror Fest in Hartford, Connecticut. We will be there with a 10 by 20 booth, and we are doing a rap party there. So not only are we going to be at the convention, but we're going to rent a huge room in the hotel and invite all the stars, everybody there, and have like a rap party. If you motherfuckers want to come out there and host the rap party and be part of it, there's my invite. You're there.
Well, it's in Connecticut.
Yeah. Like I said, we're going to be the hotel where all the stars are, and we're going to invite them all and have a huge rap. All the last people are going to be there. Terry, everybody's going to be there. We're going to have a huge rap party.
Man, I'm excited for this one. You know, because like I always say, you know, you played in the fan film sandbox for a little while.
We called them out,
you know, and now it's time to see what else you got. What else you got in the tank? You know. Yeah, I think you'll be happy with. I think you'll be happy with the death of Snow White and 259 too. It's just going a whole different way. Yeah, and I want to get a hold of Cody and of course Jason whenever Snow White is ready to go and have them on here too. But
is it your company that's releasing all three of these?
No, it's like weird. We're like a conglomerate, right? So it's like Newton on Newton, TSL, which is Sean and Tammy, Real Fiction, and Peter Anthony. So we almost got to like come up with a name so we can just be one thing, so we don't keep talking about it. But we all like are one team, making one big pool and trying to like make it all together.
You don't have to combine or anything because hell, every time you go to a movie, you see like 6 or 7 different production company logos flash before.
Hey, yeah,
you know
that name,
So. That's common. That's still pretty common.
Yeah.
You say you're wanting to shoot this in September?
September 9th to the 20th. Yeah, we're going to shoot a scene in New York. We're going to shoot going over the Brooklyn Bridge with the suction camera outside the window coming in. We're going to shoot a lot of that, get a lot of visuals.
Now, what's the release plan for Laugh? Are you looking to get this on screens, get an engagement, or just we going right to DVD and that's it?
Streaming? That's where Steve Barton comes in.
Yeah.
So, if we make it like we think we're going to make it, and we're ready to start to talk to people and stuff like that, we're trying to go to the movie theater. That's the whole gimmick of it. You know what I'm
Everything's better with a crowd, man, like that.
Yeah.
You know? Especially a movie like this.
And I think when you see the next trailer that has the story in it, you really will get a better feel of it. Where it won't. So you get this visualness. Oh, this is good. Oh, okay. Now we can get both. It's not because it looks kind of Terrifier-ish, and nothing against Terrifier. They're fucking awesome, but it's different. You know.
Right. Well, guys, get out there and visit the Indiegogo site, and then follow all of the social medias. Go ahead and throw your social medias out there, Peter, for this movie.
It's Laugh, the movie on everything on IMDb, Peter Anthony Productions on YouTube, Peter Anthony Productions on Facebook and Instagram, Peter Anthony everywhere. And it's just Laugh or Laugh the movie on all those sites also. And then if you wanted to email me, it's peter@thepeteranthony.com.
Man, again, appreciate you coming on always. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to this, you know, because like I said, I want to get more of a glimpse inside your mind instead of, you know, what you can do with other IPs. I'm ready. Right. I'm ready to get in there. And I may come out feeling like I'm in a fever dream and sweating and, you know, blood pouring out of my ears and everything else. But I think I can ride that boat.
Yep. And now for something completely different, and I love it. I think this is going to be good, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I remember you first mentioned Laugh a few interviews ago on here. The trailer had me interested. Just seeing your enthusiasm has me ready to fucking go. I'm ready with you, Peter. I'm like, let's see this. Let's get it fucking done. Yeah, I want to see this, man.
Do the Braveheart fucking speech again, bro. I'm ready.
Well, man, Peter, thanks again, and have a good night. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show here pretty soon. So keep us posted on everything that's going on, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Will do. Thanks for having me so much.
Yeah, no problem, Peter. Take it easy.
Have a good night.
Oh, Peter Anthony.
Oh, Peter Anthony, folks.
You just gave him the phase treatment? What the fuck,
No,
man?
No,
man.
he did it. Oh. He did it.
Fuck these guys. I'm done.
All right. Let's thank our members one more time. Thanks to our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, BD, and Tyrone. Our Crazy Ralphs, Dr. Smiley, Rick, and Raymond. And our camp counselors, 42nd Street Pete, Corey, Luke, Michigan Dave, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. Thank you, guys.
It's just another